How y'all doing? Excellent, excellent. Well, folks, I got a little bit of a story for you tonight. I had a little bit of a weird experience while I was traveling recently. So I had my suitcase, had my snacks, had my eye covers so people couldn't tell how incredibly high I was. And I'm making my way to the front, and the guy up front says, "I'm sorry, sir, but you have been randomly selected, and we're gonna have to conduct a strip search. Could you please get in the back and take your clothes off?" Now, folks, I have been randomly selected plenty of times before, but I've never had to take my clothes off. So I say, "What the fuck, man? This is an Uber." I should have known something was up when my alleged Uber showed up in a Sprinter van with a full bed and breakfast in the bag. Don't worry, folks. I didn't have to spread my cheeks in a van. But I did actually get randomly selected for a strip search recently. Now, here's the thing, right? Look, growing up as a brown man in a post-9/11 America, I've experienced my fair share of racism. A lot of it's really dumb shit, right? It's like, "Oh, Siam, you're Indian? You must be really good at math." No. "Oh, Siam, you're Indian? Can you fix my computer?" I can't actually do that. Yeah, fuck you, but yes. And the craziest one is, "Oh, Siam, you're Indian. You must be so good in bed." Can you believe they say that? Those crazy racists. But after I moved to Portland, right, all of that racism kind of went away, right? We don't say that crazy shit out here. I mean, maybe some of you, but not all of you. And honestly, I think the weirdest thing that I've experienced out here is one time, my girlfriend and I were going up to Mount Hood, and we forgot our sunscreen, right? So we stop at that grocery store that's right off the freeway there, and I run in to get some sunscreen. Now, usually, I would take the sunscreen and go to the self-checkout and ring it up as a potato. It's a secret the grocery store doesn't want you to know, folks. 15-cent sunscreen in this economy? All day, baby. But I felt generous. I felt generous that day. You know, I just got paid. I could afford to live Moss. So I went to the regular checkout line. There was a nice-looking old man back there. And I give him the sunscreen. He takes a look at the sunscreen, looks at me, and he goes, "SPF 70, huh? You're not gonna need much of that, are you?" And I go, "Fuck you, Steve. Skin cancer doesn't see color." I'm like, "You're a racist ass." I was so surprised. I went back to the car. My girlfriend was waiting for me. She does happen to be a pasty white woman. And I tell her everything that just happened, and she goes, "Siam, you don't even wear sunscreen. You bought that for me." I said, "Listen here, Casper the Friendly Girlfriend. Steve doesn't know any of that." So anyway, after I moved to Portland, a lot of that racism was gone, right? I didn't experience much of that. But I'm gonna be honest, the airports are still a little weird, all right? I'm getting randomly checked all the time, even at PDX. Honestly, it happens so much, I started to like it. I started to have a little fun with it. Look, folks, I was single for a long time. I wasn't gonna stop anyone from feeling me up around here, all right? Even if it was the TSA. I start getting spicy, I'd say, "Let me get that TSA man with the big hands over there. I'll show him 3.5 fluid ounces." I love that joke because half the crowd is just like, "He's talking about semen." The other half is like, "That is the most vile shit I've ever heard." So I got used to the random selections, right? But I still never had to get strip searched until the day of the incident. So we're back in the story, right? We're back at PDX. I'm going through the TSA line. I got all my stuff with me. Now, folks, this is the one time I will ever be a little fair to the TSA, because fuck them. But to be fair to the TSA, on the day of the incident, I was traveling with a bowling ball. This is the part of the story people start to side with the TSA a little bit. And they go, Siam, why the fuck did you have a bowling ball? You don't look like a 70-year-old white man to me. Looks a little suspicious. I don't know what to fucking tell you, folks. I just like bowling, all right? You can call me a nerd all you want. I guarantee I have fingered more holes than anyone in this room. My girlfriend and her grandpa love me for it. Completely unrelated reasons, both connected to bowling. And so I'm getting through the line, I put my stuff through the scanner, I go in through the x-ray thing, it goes, sir, you've been randomly selected. We're gonna need to look through your stuff and then take you off to the side here. So they're going through my bags, and look, folks, I am not the first asshole that's gone through an airport with a bowling ball, okay? They know what these look like, they've seen them before, but they still wanna play dumb. And so they go, sir, what's in the bag? And I decide I'm gonna have a little fun with them too, huh? And I say, well, why don't you take a guess? It starts with the B and makes a really loud sound when it hits things. Folks, turns out you don't actually have to say the word bomb to get strip searched at an airport. And I know that because as soon as I made that joke, he said, well, son, if there's not a fucking balloon in this bag, we're taking you to the back. And so he takes me to the back, and he's telling me they're going to have to conduct a strip search. And now I'm pleading and begging, and I'm apologizing. I'm saying, dude, it was just a joke. And then they don't really care. So I say, look, man, most people that get me naked at least buy me dinner first. If you're not going to do that, can you at least tell me a little bit about yourself? And he says, fine. You might have seen me around town. I own a Sprinter van, and I drive for Uber sometimes. That's my time. Thank you, everybody.